Today's extraordinary life tip is to pursue freedom. I don't know about you, but I think that there's been many times in my life where I have been not living the life of freedom. I didn't have freedom physically to live the life I wanted to live. I was encumbered or hindered, or I was restrained or enslaved to unhealthy habits that were preventing me from having the freedom that I wanted or freedom that I desired in my physical health. I've also experienced some of those same things in mental health or financial health, vocational health. How about you? Do you feel like you are living in freedom, or do you feel like that you are living a life of volunteer incarceration because of unhealthy habits or a lack of resources, a lack of freedom with your current employment? This is something that is a challenge for all of us. I think that all of us were kind of born into some sense of freedom or some sense of imprisonment, just in terms of the way that we grew up or the culture we lived in. Who are the people that we hung out with? Who are the teachers that we listened to or the mentors that we listened to? We've become like the people that we spend the most time with. So there's a lot of things that were implanted or imprinted into our thought patterns that may dictate a lot of the decisions that we make right now. So if you want to make some changes, think about the concept of pursuing freedom. Think about the definition of the word freedom: the power or the right to act, speak, think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. The second definition is the state of not being imprisoned or enslaved. And you may be living in freedom because you live in America. That's sometimes what we just understand, is that we live in a free country. But we may not be experiencing the freedom because of choices that we made, decisions that we made, or choices and decisions we didn't make. So as you begin to think about moving ahead in your life and pursuing freedom, what are the areas that you feel a sense of restraint? What are some of the areas that you feel enslaved to live a certain way, to live a certain standard of living or a certain experience? And what are some of the things that you'd like to break free, that you'd like to experience some freedom? Is it the idea that you want to get rid of some unhealthy habits? Is it that you want to get rid of some excess weight and you want to have more freedom to wear the types of clothes you want to wear, to travel, to do the things in life, to be active, to surf, to ski, to whatever it is that you're passionate about that you're not able to do? Would you like to have some more freedom there? Or what about in your mental health, mental well-being? Are you becoming more imprisoned by some regrets, some past experiences, some thought patterns that have been self-limiting, or they've been restrictive because you've been so concerned about what everybody else is thinking or what everybody else will think if you do something a certain way? Or how about relational imprisonment, where you have not been able to communicate, you've not been able to have conversations and to share some things that you're passionate about? There's freedom in relationships. There's freedoms in some things that you may be feeling a sense of imprisonment, or you feel a sense of confinement or restriction. And the same thing goes with finances and vocation. You might have been limiting yourself to something that's less than your best, just simply because you have never pursued freedom. You've never thought about, what does it look like to be free? What are some of the things that I would love to be, do, and have? And how can I go about pursuing those and making those a reality? That's the tip of the day. I'd love to see your thoughts. What's something that you would like to gain more freedom in? Physical, mental, relational, financial, vocational? Let's see it in the comments. I'd love to see more about what's going on in your world.